Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Conscious Conversations once again. And I have one of my very dear friends here with me tonight, and we just finished up a fabulous seminar. Thanks, Margaret. It was really wonderful.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to come here in your wonderful center.
Well, we're glad, and you and Vincent, it's really been a special evening and always great to be with you. And for our listeners, or who may be watching this, I'm with Margaret Ann Lembo, and she's actually driving with her honey. Is that what you call her?
My sweetheart.
Your sweetheart. Your sweetheart, all across the country promoting your new book. And you've actually been on the road for how long?
Since May 26th, and today is July 19th.
That's a lot of miles.
Mamma mia.
So how many seminars have you done and book signings?
Ooh, I didn't count. Oh my. Ooh, probably at least 20. Let's see. I don't know. A lot.
A lot.
MargaretAnnLembo.com. We'll go look.
Yeah, that's right. We can count them up when we get home tonight. There you go.
Really, I should count. That would be an interesting thing to observe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's been a lot.
It is a lot.
And you almost are completed with your journey, and you're going back to Florida next week, and then a quick turnaround and heading out to the Pacific Northwest, right?
That's correct. We'll be going to British Columbia. Salmon Arm, British Columbia, which is a pretty obscure place, I believe, but very gorgeous, and on to Seattle and Portland.
Great. Well, this is your book, this fabulous, beautiful cover here, and it's Chakra Awakening, and it's, I don't have my glasses
on. The subtitle,
Yes.
Transform Your Reality Using Color, Crystals, Aromatherapy, and the Power of Positive Thought.
So tell us, like, what's the key elements of this book? What can someone expect to get from it?
I believe that most people are able to really get insights into their consciousness, to awaken consciousness, to really align with a place of being more at peace with themselves, because there are so many tools. The whole point was to provide spiritual tools for everyday living that can be incorporated in daily life to help one align with more peaceful vibrations and harmonious interactions.
Oh, it's a beautiful book, and it's very well done, and I'm sure everyone will really enjoy it. Everyone I know who's read it really has gotten a lot out of it, so it's really a gift. And you actually, I've known you since the late 80s, and I used to go to your beautiful store in Boynton Beach, Florida, the Crystal Garden, and it's still up and running and very successfully, I might add. But besides that, you've actually created your own products, one of which is hugely successful, being your essential oil sprays. Tell us about those.
Thank you. Yes, Smudge and Spray is like the #1 bestseller. It's carried in Whole Foods throughout Florida, which is really a lovely account. Thank you, Whole Foods in Florida.
Yes.
And all of the essential oil sprays, well, the majority of them are blends, a combination of essential oils, sacred site essences, Bach flower essences, and crystal tinctures, and love. All of them have lots of love in them. And the intention behind creating these sprays, using medical grade oils, really high quality oils, is also to use this olfactory nerve, which is such a powerful tool in our physicalness, our physicality, to awaken aspects of our consciousness that lay dormant. And so by using the sprays, they can help. What Smudge and Spray is for clearing negative energy instead of the smoking smudging.
Right.
But something like the Archangel Raphael spray would be for transforming reality, whereas Prosperity Mist obviously is for prosperity.
That's a good thing too. And speaking of prosperity, one thing that you are such a wonderful model and example of is prosperity and success. And in this industry, the New Age industry or metaphysical bookstore, whatever, a lot of people have not been able to hold on and make a good living and really continue. And you are such a great teacher of and demonstrating, you know, you've been in business for over 20 years in this business. So what's your secret?
Well, part of my secret is that I really work multiple jobs.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's true. I mean, I diversify. And when I say diversify, as the economy changed, instead of first of all, buying into the belief system that my sales were going to go down, instead, I chose to believe that there are still plenty of people with plenty of money that want the goods and services that I offer. I also diversified by adding a wholesale division to my store because there are certain products that I create, like we talked about with the sprays and also my CDs, that by adding a wholesale aspect to my store, I was able to add a different, wherever consumers are coming directly into the store, if that wasn't happening as fast and furiously as I would like, then at least I had wholesale sales to compensate. And also, I never had to lay anybody off because I kept my staff busy enough with whether they were filling essential oil bottles or filling wholesale orders or doing some online sales. I also diversified with online sales. Exactly. So the combination of having my hands in many pots, doing many jobs, increased it.
And not to mention a little bit of work also, huh?
A lot of work. I work a lot. I really do work a lot. And you know, another thing that really helps me, I will mention, is because of the getting involved in the industry and giving back. You know, the more you give, the more you get, right?
Right.
And being of service to others. I also have been the president of the Coalition of Visionary Resources, COVER, which has been, which is the trade organization for our industry. It's a nonprofit, and the industry, the visionary industry, it supports success among visionary businesses, whether it's an author like you are, or a center owner like you are, a speaker like you are, and me, you know what I'm saying. But what it does is it by providing and sharing information willingly and lovingly with others, that does come back around. And I believe in that generosity, and that's by giving more time.
Exactly. Yeah, because if the spirit of giving and receiving are one in truth. And so you're a great example of that. And I really do think at the core of it, you've got a great mind, you've got a willingness to work, and you're a giver. And all of those attributes are great resources for receiving. So thank you for being that example.
Aww.
Yes, you're welcome. And I do have one thing that I wanted to, well, before I go there, I want to mention you're also a host of a radio show. Tell us about that.
Oh, wow. Let's see. I have this great network executive, 2 of them. So yes, on the Art of Living Well Radio Network, which you are one of the founders of, I now have a radio show called Chakra Awakening. And Chakra Awakening I named, because I wanted to help awaken consciousness while also promoting my book, to be honest with you. In the spirit of entrepreneurship, I named it after my book. And I love doing it. It's it's not Mondays, it's every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time, which I'm very conscious of because I'm heading to the West Coast shortly. And I love that we can podcast them. I have them on iTunes. You can go listen to the archives on Blog Talk Radio, The Art of Living Well. And that really provides an opportunity on a really wide global level to allow people to go listen whenever they need to, whenever they feel like it, whenever they need a moment of inspiration, they have that opportunity. So I think that's fabulous.
It really is. Technology is so amazing because when I did my first radio show just 2 years ago, I was working in a studio down in Lake Worth, Florida, and going in, every day, having to sit in the studio, and had a very limited audience to reach. And then, you go on Blog Talk, which reaches all corners of our earth, and it's amazing. And then, of course, the archive ability, immediate ability to click on and send people to Facebook, Twitter, just announce it, just in that, virtual time moment. It's really amazing.
It really is. And you know what I really like? This is a silly thing. I love that I can sit in my pajamas and
Me too. I love it too. Absolutely. That is a big coup there. That is for sure. And so anyway, we are delighted that you are on our network, and it's a wonderful show. You just got back you've been 11 days in the D.C., Washington, D.C. area, and you had a wonderful experience, really a life-changing experience, I'm sure. And that was to be in the presence of the Dalai Lama for his Kali, is it Kali?
It's called Kala Chakra.
Kala Chakra.
For world peace,
For world peace.
Or Kala Chakra empowerment and initiation.
So tell us a little bit about that. What was that about?
Well, you know, it was really profound, first of all. It was in the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. And it's so hard to say, but they had scholars doing evening talks to amplify the understanding of what Kala Chakra is, because Kala Chakra is on so many levels. The Kala Chakra is a mandala. It is a wheel of life, a wheel of understanding. The sand mandala that the Tibetan the Tibetan Buddhist monks create show in many levels the inner, the outer, or actually it's the outer, the inner, and then the alternate realities. So I am not at all a Kala Chakra expert, yet what I understand is from an outer level, it's the vibration of the cosmology of our beingness here on the planet, this physical reality, the astrological configurations, the astronomical configurations, the 722 deities that exist within this mandala. And this mandala also exists not only as a physical mandala, but a way of consciousness, a way of beingness that has to do with compassion and love. And for all sentient beings to realize happiness and the elimination of suffering. That's the ultimate goal, was my understanding, if I understand it right. And the inner has to do on a different level that I don't know that I even know how to begin to explain. It's so profound. And then the alternate level, that has to do with like the emptiness and the emptiness within the understanding, the meditating on emptiness and the form within the emptiness. I mean, man, I have so much to learn.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if any of that just made sense.
Well, it's scratched the surface, but it had to be, but it had to be amazing to be in the presence of His
Holiness. Yes, it was really profound. We had, it started on July 6th, there were many days of teachings, and then the actual empowerment started. I think there was 3 days of the initiation empowerment, which included teachings and actual chanting of mantras. There was the earth ritual dances were profound. They would embody Kala Chakra. Kala Chakra is actually a deity, and it's the Tatrayana tradition along with the Mahayana tradition. I mean, I don't even know where to begin.
Yes,
because I'm not a Buddhist, you know.
Yeah.
But as much as I could comprehend, and I brought you a little gift back as well to help you with that, you know, and I still have to read it, reread my notes. I mean, I took really a lot of notes. But, you know, I did take a lot of photos. I was able to capture the large screen that is in the center of the Verizon Center with my BlackBerry, because you can bring in a regular camera.
Right.
At least you couldn't in the beginning. You could and you couldn't, whatever. So I just did it with my BlackBerry. And there's a lot of pictures on my Facebook page. So if you wanted to see, it might help get some of the vibe of what was going on and observing the Dalai Lama. He sits on a very high throne, and beautiful. And there's all kinds of offerings. There's all kinds of rituals. It's very ceremonial, and yet it's very relaxed in a lot of ways. It's very intimate. It's intimate with 15,000 people.
Wow.
And to do that is just profound.
And you took vows.
I did. The Bodhisattva vow, and uphold those vows. Whoops, made my glasses go, or your glasses go rolling there, and there was also a wonderful empowerment of the White Tara and the White Tara blessings.
Wow.
So I speak as an infant in this regard, though, because I really have really just beginning to have an understanding.
Yeah, well, that had to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. So I know you're writing another book. It's due in September, you said.
Yes.
So, and you've been writing it along the way.
Along the way.
Yeah, that's really awesome. You're awesome.
Thank you.
And so anyway, how much longer are you going to be on this book tour? I know you're heading back out west next week, but
Well, we come back around the middle of August, and we'll be home for a month and a half-ish, maybe 2 months. And then we're heading off to New England.
all right.
And I'm already booked at Heart to Heart Healing Connection in Agawam, Massachusetts, which is basically the Springfield area. And also at Circles of Wisdom in Andover, which is quite a large center. And Kathy's having me provide an event like we did this evening, the meet and greet the author, the intro talk about Chakra Awakening and what that all encompasses. And then I'll be doing private sessions there and a full crystal healer certification on a Sunday there. So that will be really nice. And then I'm going to go to other stores. I just haven't finished booking them, so I want to make sure I have them intact. But I'll be in Connecticut, and I would love to find venues in New York again, but some of the larger venues are no longer in existence. So
Yeah,
I'll have to manifest some New York locations.
You will manifest it if anyone can.
I need to brush up on my Brooklynese.
There you go. You go to Brooklyn. You and Mom. But anyway, as we're winding down, what message would you like to leave with our listeners here today?
I would like to leave the message that we are love. And all that is attracted to us and all that surrounds us is love. And as we focus on remembering that our true vibration, our true consciousness is aligned with love, the more that we'll be able to find happiness and joy and peace, and the more that we'll be able to assist others, just naturally assist others in finding that same peace and joy and happiness.
Yeah, so to just really be the best expression of love we possibly can.
Yes.
That's a great message. And how would our listeners connect with you or find out more info about you?
Well, if you'd like to reach me, I would love to connect with you on Facebook all the time. I'm a Facebook person. To say the least.
Yes.
Margaret Ann Lembo on Facebook. I have a number of pages. And also, more specifically, MargaretAnnLembo.com. That's MargaretAnnLembo.com. And thecrystalgarden.com. Please come to Palm Beach County and come to our exciting, beautiful events we have down there. Many.
And we do have a great event. You lassoed me into we already had Greg Brady coming here in March of 2012.
Yes.
He's set for March 17th. And you and myself and Lindsay and Odette are going to be bringing Greg to Florida in February.
In February, yes.
February 18th.
Yes.
So that's going to be awesome.
It really is. It really is. Especially that initial connection came through a dream, and
Yeah.
it was just really profound. So
Yeah, so
I'm excited about that.
Illuminated Star Productions.
I love that.
Is a
That's
good,
the name of our
and then
company.
we call it
Illuminated
iStar.
Stars.
iStar.
iStar.
Yes. So anyway, well, this has certainly been a wonderful opportunity, Margaret, to not only be with you today, but it's always a wonderful opportunity. Thanks for the wonderful gifts you share with the world, the seminar tonight, and also just taking the time to do this. I know you're a busy lady.
Well, I love doing this with you. This is so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, you're welcome, and we'll do it again soon. Thank you so much, Margaret.
Thank you.